And we begin this afternoon with new information about a cold case murder in Kane County back in 1979. Police say they know who killed Kathy Holly. The 19-year-old disappeared March 29th from her apartment complex in North Aurora. Her body was found 3 weeks later in the Fox River. Now, we did cover this story when it happened 45 years ago. This is file video you're seeing from that time. At the time, her parents were hoping she'd be found and someone would come forward.
I'm just hoping she's still alive someplace. We're hoping, against hope, praying.
She wouldn't hurt anyone ever. And if they just please wouldn't hurt her. I don't care who they are, if they would just let us know where she is.
Investigators continued to work this case, but without luck. That was until 2019. A break in a cold case in Lisle provided police in North Aurora with some new hope. Now today, police shared more information about how that breakthrough was made. Charlie Wojciechowski picks up the story from there. Charlie.
Well, Marion, it all comes down to new advances in DNA technology that allows scientists to recover evidence even if the samples are old and degraded. That's what happened in the case of Kathy Holly. A Florida company that specializes in DNA investigations was brought in and through a special grant made a connection to an alleged serial killer. The apartment complex on Volks Court doesn't look much different than it did back in 1979 when Kathy Holly disappeared on her way to pick up her sister. But now, 45 years later, police say they know who was responsible for her murder. Bruce Lindahl.
It is our belief that on the night of Kathy's disappearance, Lindahl was able to abduct Kathy in the parking lot of her apartment complex. He then drove her to the area of the Fox River where her body was later discovered.
The connection between Lindahl and Holly, DNA evidence recovered from her clothing after her body was recovered from the Fox River, here, just south of the I-88 bridge, 3 weeks after she went missing. A Florida company, DNA Labs International, was able to analyze the sample using a device they call an MVAC, which sprays the item with a solution, then vacuums off the DNA.
With this particular case, with the body having been in the river for 3 weeks, it was very important that we get every bit of evidence, every bit of DNA that we could possibly get.
Holly's murder, now one of a number of cases linked to the suspected serial killer. In 2020, the DuPage County State's Attorney announced that DNA evidence showed Lindahl raped and murdered 15-year-old Pamela Maurer of Woodbridge. In 1976, her body was found in Lisle. Bruce Lindahl stabbed himself while committing another murder and died on top of his victim in 1981. Authorities had exhumed his body to obtain DNA samples that have now been linked to the Maurer and Holly homicides. The Holly family today is requesting privacy. They asked North Aurora's deputy chief to read a statement on their behalf.
While revisiting this case has been incredibly difficult for our family, we are deeply grateful to finally have closure after 45 long years.
According to the Kane County State's Attorney, if Lindahl were alive, he would have, or she would have, filed first-degree murder charges in this case. Now, police say it's possible Lindahl may still be connected to other cases, and they're using the DNA recovered from that Lisle case as well as those cases to look for matches. Alex, Marion.
Some incredible technology there, Charlie. Thanks for bringing us that story.